Hello, guys. How are you? Thank you for being here once again. Welcome to this lovely team. What's happening next few days going to affect all the planets. That power of the Jupiter that expressing the generosity, tolerance, influencing and helping people to calm, to be flexible, to be tolerant, to be just different from whatever was becoming this planet furious, darkness, everything that we were trying to fight. Literally, it's like resolving with that Jupiter energy coming to us. It's like resolving all this darkness on the planet. Definitely, that spiritual war that we are fighting these days, these years, literally, it's literally need that clearance. And it seems like the Jupiter energy, literally, once is every 60 years, it's literally doing that, resolving, resolving, like a little bit of the Deus ex machina. Remember, guys, I told you many times the old Latin proverb was literally expression that was used and is still in and still it seems like it was in ancient world deus ex machina expression, like bringing the god, literally translating on English, bringing the god in the box, like guide is solution at the end of the Greek tragedy. There is a solution coming out, and particular uh, that particular role at the end of the tragedy, literally at the end on the stage in the theater, is called Deus ex machina. It seems like this Jupiter is literally our Deus ex machina, our God in a small box, like a gift from a God, but it's said God in the box. Is the Jupiter energy one of that literally energy of the beings creature? They literally are they're in in a different dimension that we cannot even search for them. Whatever we see as a Jupiter energy, but definitely there is a proof that there is a form of the life, form of the beings that they are not humans, but yes, they are beings and they are the higher spiritual level, and that's why this is the planet that represents spirituality. Nothing is by chance as well, giving us the knowledge till now about all this solar system and all the purpose, even in astrology, even in astrophysics, of all the purpose of all these planets, seems like nothing is by chance as well. I just remember when I was literally in researching Peru and the ancient civilization, researching back in Cusco and Machu Picchu. There were literally the solar system, amazing solar system, full solar system explained in that civilization that just disappeared mysteriously. What was happening there? Did that literally the God, literally the God, that these spiritual higher beings literally uh, just visited the planet Earth in this form of beings. They are exactly in that location and few other locations on planet Earth, just to have a seeds of love, just to have a star seeds on this planet, and literally put a knowledge in the star seeds in some of us, some of the few good people, and literally the one that are going to be a carrier of the knowledge from one to our next generation. And seems like this Jupiter is now coming whenever is darkness revealing, whenever is darkness almost to literally drown this planet into the evil, the Jupiter arrives, like literally 60 years ago, when was, I do believe, 1963 last time was Jupiter. And literally it seems exactly 59 years ago, exactly was October, when there was a crisis in a Cuban region, right? Remember when was that American president almost to attack Cuba? And that's what was arrival of Jupiter, literally to somehow bring that calming down inside of us, like that tranquilizer. That's what this planet brings, that energy, the mood, that every astrological explanation of every planet in our life and collective as well has a purpose, and this planet is bringing that smoother, tolerant, flexible solution, calming down, like a tranquilizer, like I said, coping with difficulties uh, on a higher level, um, literally influencing your spiritual growth and wanting to be above the situation, even if you were the one hurt it, even if you were the jeopardized one, even if both parties were jeopardized or feeling hostile. It's bringing the final optimism and peace, and that's the final power of the love. And seems like that's all what we need right now. Again, I'm going to ask you in the poll, and again, when the poll is finished, you can just in the video later on, you can just literally answer my question. What do you expect to bring you into your life, into the planet? This is a collective reading again. What you expect Jupiter to bring for all of us? Is that the tolerance? Is that in general spirituality, spiritual awakening? Is that because again spirituality exists in each of us, just if it's awakened or not? So I would call it a spiritual awaken, but I didn't have a in this poll like I used the short verse. So yes, I know it's not the same. Just spiritual awakening, or you expect a tolerance, like I said. Do you expect just optimism? Do you expect the power of love? That's the same with that peace and love that I always promote here in our readings. Or you just simply want a short solution, short term solution, like stopping the war in some region. So I'm just going to repeat again, just think about, even if these short poll options with the short words, I'm just going to repeat. What do you expect for a collective? And do pray tonight, because tonight, by the as well parallel, it's very interesting parallel with the old Orthodox calendar. It's John, the holiday of the John, and literally John the Baptist, right? And literally, this holiday is the time when you go and look at the sky, and if you don't see if it's dark, if it's a hurricane, if it's a raining, is it a thunder like it's here happening where I am? Again, it's never too late to address to the universe, even if it's that kind of the even if it's that kind of the closed sky, almost I want to say closed, that you cannot see and address directly to the stars, to the universe. You can always stay and visualize and pray and repeat, even in your shelter back in the war zone. You can never stop praying. Nobody can take you away from the faith and the hope and the optimism. That is the ultimate thing that you have to have in your life, and seems literally at this hour, that's what we need: a cup of optimism, a cup of hope, a spiritual awakening. And I'm going to vote for that first card here, bringing the angels' messages here. And do check out my um, playlist 1111. There's angels and ancestral guidance. And this reading will be added to both 1111 reading. That's the name of the playlist 1111, like a number, 4 times 11. And as well Stop War, the second playlist. And look at what did I pick up for the first card. The first card with the angel messages: I bring you the peace. I'm here of the peace. That's what you need. You need tranquility, you need the peace and a smoother road ahead in this life threatening situation for all the planet. And that's what the planet needs. Isn't that great? That's what the Jupiter is bringing. The first card here. Explain me more. Explain me more. Your spirits. Give me the angel guidance from the Jupiter planet. What the Jupiter wants to bring us. What are the messages from the Jupiter? What is the divine? Wow, divine intervention here doing. Wow, bunch of different. When I say divine intervention, they start to spin up. The cards are popping out and spinning. I love that spirit because here they are in their own optimism. I just felt it was like optimism, not heaviness energy for the cards. And Archangel Raphael is here. I'm helping you heal the physical challenges in yourself and in collective in others as well. Grace and Antoinette are always when there's a hard state, like it's not it's not enough one angel, you have a double support with these cards, so always in a trigger, very very terrifying hard hard situation in the life. To help heal this situation, you need the tolerance. You need to see other person point of view with the compassion. Wow. Did I just say one of the answer in the poll will be with the Grace and Antoinette, a tolerance. And another one will be, wow, I'm here to help you. I'm making the divine intervention with Archangel Raphael. And whatever physical challenges, even physical and mental challenges, I'm here to heal you. It's beautiful. As well as it seems on the bottom is as well Brigitte that is here always in a very dangerous situation. Do you see the first word? Warning, cautious is needed. Everything has to be very to slow down this hate and hostility. It's a need for a smoother road at this hour in the collective to stop the war. Cautious, caution is warranted. Look deeper into this situation before proceeding further. So, Angel Brigitte is literally telling us just be careful what you're doing and like stepping out and walking on the. I just visualize stepping out and walking on the, like walking carefully on the eggshells. And as well, whatever we are going to do, whatever is universe pushing us into the solution, it will literally bring the benefits, bring the to everybody. Wow, whatever will be action taken towards the tolerance and peace and love, it will be literally beneficial for everybody. Who cares what is the nation? Who cares what is the country? Who cares what is the bloc east or west? Who cares if it's NATO or outside of NATO? It's beneficial for everybody. That's what is the message here. Again, guys, I'm just going to repeat before, just before 1919, there were not existing the passports. Like literally, people didn't have the borders. They could literally just travel into going from one to another part of the world, from one to another country. There were the kingdoms, there were the even the emperors. But literally 1919 um, with that Versailles peace, literally seems at the end of the war, literally in Versailles, the little place outside of Paris, literally there was that peace agreements, and there were literally they made a new idea of bringing the passport and this as well promoting that national streams into the others. And seems like I'm just going to repeat, there is no need for passport, there is no need for hating the other color of the skin, the other religion. All the religions, there were literally the seeds of the gods of divine of the divine energy, and the God is one, the God is global. Like it said in my first exhibition, the global God, the global. the global love, the global religion, pardon. And at this hour, the Jupiter is returning to us like the one that has a mission, specifically the planets and the beings that they literally have a mission in this galaxy. The mission always to be a solution for us as a saver. They're like calling SOS, and Jupiter is that energy that's literally arriving close to planet Earth whenever is almost to a burning out planet situation, near to death, near to literally totally destroying the planet Earth. That's why here they arrived. And seems exactly like was that Cuban crisis in 1963, I do believe it was, and really that was the last time Jupiter so close to planet Earth, and now the same as well. Seems like this will be a period of cutting and noticing this shifting of energy. It will be as well. I just heard there is a news that there was elections of these four republics. Finally, they have finished this referendum, how they call it. It's like election for republics of Ukraine to they want to they have chosen the Russia, going back to the Russian Republic where they were originally. So they choose to go back to the motherland, and that was ex-Soviet, that is now Russian Federation. And officially in all four republics there is that statement. And this seems like that shift as well in this, literally in this political news, like we choose the peace. And as well, I'm just curious what will be the energy from the Ukraine side, because there's so much weapons and so much money in stake. Will there be the energy shift from that side? I'm just curious. It's just as well one bad news of the today. Today, the bad news is that there is as well attack under daring under the energy of the Jupiter. Instead to fight for a tolerance and peace, there was the daring intervention, literally trying to provoke war more. Today, the bad news on other side is that there is like attack of the gas gas pipes on the north side of the Europe between Russia and the North Europe, where they were providing to the North Europe or all the West Europe for the north side, right? Not from the South Europe. It's the literally under attack on the three points. The 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 pipes of this gas energy that's literally goes from Russia from the source towards the Europe. And why there were on three places the explosion. Even the Danish premier lady, she said literally that this is definitely this is not by chance that somebody provoked. Who wants war between Russia and West Europe? Who wants it? Who put the bombs on three places? Who wants the West Europe to be in a coldness? I'm just curious. And who wants Russia as well to lose the money in this? Like, definitely it's not Russia, definitely it's not Europe, West Europe. Who is doing this? Is it CIA? Is it who is this behind the scene? I'm just going to ask, just think about this. That's the bad news. So that's the cautious here. Whatever happened today is a bad news. It's needed a cautious. I do believe this cautious card goes back to that news about breaking on a free places. Such a long pipe that goes from the, I'm guessing somewhere from the region in the Baltic Sea region, that is the North Europe in between Russia and Scandinavia. So the pipes goes from Russia, imagine like from St. Petersburg, behind Petersburg and Finland, and goes towards the West Europe, towards Scandinavia and West Europe. And this is uh, this is first hard to fix. This gas brings a lot of, it's supplying everything. This gas supplying the heating, a lot of other things, is literally a source for the um, standard of the West Europe that they had till now, and it's broken with these attacks on the free place is broken. It's very hard. I don't know how much it takes to fix this thing. I'm going to ask again. What will be the solution for that part? Let me see that news. That's a nice question to research. Thank you for that question from Instagram. 1 second. Let's see. Sorry, guys. Thank you, Church of America. You just said spiritual awakening. I didn't see. And let me see. Let me see. What will be the answer for this bad news that is a warning? Warning is that it's need of the truth. Look at it's need of the truth and need of the new cup of the love. That's what we need. We need just the truth. No more fooling around, no more games with all the citizens of the world, because who is gaining from all this situation, provoking the wars wherever on the planet? The simple people, the citizens of the world, they get hungry, they lose the gas, they lose the jobs, they lose health, they're losing the lovers, like the marriage is in crisis when there is a hungriness. Yes, I bet I'm just going to tell you this as well. Definitely there will be a lot of different consequences as well. I'm telling as a PhD in social studies that I research living in crisis, as well as humanitarian working in the war zones. So what we need now is a piece of the truth, Ace of Swords, and as well we need a new love, a new solution. But the only through the truth we can waken up as well. Do not serve us anymore. The games do not serve us, do not provoke us to hate each other, because we know this is not the truth. We know that we are in a bad company. Are we in a bad, are we in an alliance with the evil? That's what I see, because there is literally a new cup of love addressing. Should we have a new cup of love? Should we serve with the power of love to all the planet, instead to be in the parties, in the blockages, like NATO block, like East block, like wherever? We should leave this into the past, and whatever held it in the past was just like that energy of the Cold War, East and West block. Like, do not promote this. Whatever is in the past, leave it in the past and take the cup of the love and show the truth about whatever was your idea of material abusing this planet. Everything starting with all the small wars around the planet from 90s till now in East Europe as well, with last 3 years of COVID crisis. Like, why don't we let the truth talk? And we are going to hear much more truth these days, because this is everything result of the hard work of the divine energy and the one that they are fighting for the justice. Again, guys, I took the story for you guys. I'm just going to share one more story. Like there was a Julian Assange, there is another two progressive Western journalists that there were literally only people in these republics in the gray zone, republics in Ukraine on the east side, where they were literally telling the truth from the Russian citizen in these republics. And I'm just going to tell you the names. 1 second, I have saved these dramatical stories. 1 second. Sorry, guys, with another one. Where did I save it? It's a French lady, journalist, as well. Look at these beautiful people. I'm going to literally put them, I'm literally going to use, this is first, if you see, this is Julian Assange, as you see, with this silver hair. And then we have these two more, two ladies that are fighting for the truth. No West, no East, just for the truth. One is Anne-Laure Bonnell, and she's the only one that literally that literally was under the, I must say that as well, she was 15 years working as well, what I understood, uh, working in Sorbonne, that's the famous ancient university back in Paris, for the one that don't know. And literally, like she lost the contract. This is the news from the June. She lost the contract um, after 15 years working there as well. As well, her credit card was blocked from the French bank Societe Generale, and like, and she's totally French, but uh, she's literally spreading the truth about, literally about the truth in Donbass, about the genocide, about the neo Nazis, and about a real position of 8 years in torturing of the Russian citizens inside of this Donbass. So we have Anne Laure Bonnell, like I said, her story, and then we have Alina Lip, another person. Alina Lip is the German journalist that is literally in Donetsk, and she literally calling out again, bringing that anti-Nazis, anti-fascist um, ideas, and with the pure truth about what's happening there, who is there jeopardized, who is killed, and that is against the human rights. And nobody talks about this. Again, why is Julian Assange so dangerous for us? And why Alina Limp truth and informations are dangerous for us? And why and Lord Bonnell informations are dangerous for us? Because they are truth, and the truth hurts, because somebody will lose that. Whatever was suppressed, the information, whatever is suppressed, somebody's working hard to suppress information and to suppress the truth. And that's why they have put Julian Assange into the prison. That's why as well they have literally put into the hell the life of these German and French ladies as well. And again, everything is brought to the medias as well, is that whatever is brought to the medias, because they are bringing to for the media the truth, but as well there is a stream they don't want them to do this. uh, Again, there is the stream they don't want to be represented. They want to represent, again, the card for me always of hotels of the nation. Look at the King of Cup is always in my readings, putting what we talk about, that crisis there, and they want to postpone representation of him, of the pure justice and protector of that ex-Soviet of the Russian Federation. That's what it is. The father has to protect the house, and the house was sorry, was not that little Russia. The house was ex-Soviet, and it was included the Ukraine. And yes, they want to postpone the power of the father to protect the Donbass and the rest of other republics. And you know what is the news? There was a news, well, there is a four new republics that they want. So the news is that the four republics, they said yes. The results are 97% of people they want to join the Russia. And the 4th of October, they are going to literally, they are going to 4th of October to ask officially the paper to sign on the summit of the Russian Federation, something like that. But as well, the news as well today, when was results, the next four republics in Ukraine as well, the provinces, pardon, the provinces, they have asked to have to do the same. So they don't want the war. They just want the protection of the Russian Federation. That's really, really, really uh, interesting. And this next four, like for me, remember that I have there the energy of somebody who wants as well to have to put on hold idea, and then they are going to have a second round, and probably that is the answer. This new four provinces that they want again. We want as well to have a to vote. We want election because we want protection from Russia. We want as if these four republics in the gray zone they got now the election and they will be protected. We want to be protected as well from the Nazis and from the bombing between Ukraine and Russia. We want the protection from the Russia side and that ex-Soviet spirit, like at least I'm safe where I am. And I think this that they postpone before decisions. These are the new republics that they want, new provinces that they want to turn to be provinces, to turn to be independent from Ukraine and to make election officially this next four. That's that's my explanation. And this is confirming what the TAR said, yes, because there will be few of them on hold, 50 chance there will be uh, voting yes to Russia, and the 50 will be like putting on hold to have a second chance. And I do believe that's exactly how it seems because four of them they got finished election and they're joining the Russian Federation, and the new four they just signed. Oh, we want now. So 50-50, like it is it's confirming of my reading what I already said yesterday to you. So do check at top four other readings as well. So let me see what is again that Jupiter energy on collective. Return back to the Jupiter energy. Wow, remain centered. Wow, that spiritual awakening and keep praying. Be focused of visualization. Be focused of manifesting the peace. Look at that's all that we need. Focusing on conscious tranquility. No matter how stressful the day is, your intention is to remain centered and calm. Your goal is to learn that you can control your physic energy, your fears, your hungriness, your coldness, your curiosity, your anxiety, your physical pain, your mental stress. You can your empty stomach, your frozen feet if you are cold somewhere, your pain if you were tortured. Again, I wish everybody to get that cup of healing right now, fast track. And seems like with the Jupiter staying so close to planet Earth next 3 days as well, literally it's like the planet is literally like recharging from that Jupiter being's energy. So please do keep on praying. That's what is advised. It's bringing the abundance, the praying and meditation. Even if you never tried before, just try to do this. It's really crucial now in the next few days when there is a Jupiter energy to try to connect to that energy, to the source, because it's still in the air next few days that Jupiter closeness is still and the power of connecting to divine energy. So try to meditate. And again, I'm going to go for next deck. Let me follow with the next. We explain every question with the 5 tarot spreads that you can pre-order for your reading. Instead of 150, it's just 25 in the live stream, like a small donation, 25, but a 5 tarot spread for one question. And today, this question with the Jupiter and divine intervention. What's the guidance that we are getting from the Jupiter closeness? From that visit of the Jupiter. Explain me what we are getting. Wow. It seems like this is my purpose. The Jupiter is answering. This is my mission. It's my full-time job to protect you and to guide you to our spiritual awakening. Whenever like a naughty child need a cup of lesson, that's what I see. It's coming at Jupiter like I need to guide it, like as that strict mother that eventually has the moral values to pull you and just directly to the not to hurt yourself, like going into the some jeopardized situation, the cars in front of the street when there is a small child, the mother is addressing and stopping the child not to go towards the car, towards the bicycles, everything will hurt you. Like this is a saying here that Jupiter is saying, this is my full-time job. This is my mission in this galaxy for all the rest of the planet that I come, I'm doing the intervention. Like when you send the plumber, this, I just heard the plumber. Like this is intervention and there is nothing else to do. Look at, you cannot do nothing else. Do look at the statement, do it a little at this time, like there is nothing else to do than just being focused and praying as well. Like it's a last moment whenever have tried, the citizens of the planet have tried, and now in the last moment it's arriving the Jupiter. That's how I feel it as well. Why they're coming? Because of the need of the control not to lose the planet Earth, um, as well to hit on that ego and power struggle between different people, between the enemies, as well to choose the literally to choose the freedom and to help to free people, spiritually free the people who are in dangerous situation, to really get physically free from the dangerous situation. This is a solution for all the planet. Look at what amazing illustration. This is a solution for all the planet. And look at, these are like a pigeon of the peace. Is it amazing? Like a planet Earth and the pigeons signaling for the peace. They are here, the intervention to free the planet from the war, because the pigeons, they bring literally the love, the power of love, and they bring as well that peace. And as well, literally they are connecting to us on that 5D level. Literally they connect to our subconscious. And we get the messages from our higher intuition, but well, it's like I said, our subconscious, that high intuition eventually is just a mailbox. The subconscious is a mailbox. When the high subconscious get full, that you have, full mailbox, when you get the message on your telephone, literally, oh, you need to do something with your mailbox. Then, literally, with subconscious, that mailbox literally need to address somewhere else. Like, where are you putting these mails? Because you don't want just easy to delete them. Then they go to the showing to the public, like that warning is coming, and that warning eventually is a high, that is high intuition part. Literally, I'm getting here, and that warning is set for the high intuition. So there is always the signs by the road in the life of everybody, in a collective as well, in this contemporary history, in this right moment. There is so much signs on the road, but did we read all? Like in our private life as well, there were so many things that we were in denial, and as well in that public lessons of the truth that these free people, like I said, Anne-Laure Bonnel from Sorbonne, that was fired from the Sorbonne University in Paris, as well the German journalist Alina Leaf, as well alias Julian Assange, pardon, the truth that they have shown to us so many times, we were in denial. So now we have to look at the things that they were offered to us in the past. Look at, there were certain things in the past that literally we that our high intuition and subconscious eventually turned to be that divine messages through the subconscious, through the high intuition they were offered to us, but we were neglecting. and there is a burst of information, freedom of the information, whatever was done and hold the truth in the past, whatever was holding with the chariot cards. Literally, there is a burst of the information. Whatever was holding, the truth is coming out. And the truth, one of the truth is that this, first of all, so much faking in this fake arrange. Yes, there are real people victims, but arranged to look like it's done from the opposite, from the enemy side. That sneaky foxy game was done as well in Kosovo and is as well still the Nazis they do in Ukraine, like making the taking the pro victims of the war from both sides. Yes, there is a proof that one it was happening in the Kosovo as well. There is a proof that they were both not just Serbian, there were as well Albanians, there were as well the Kosovo citizens. There were just the accident chosen the prisoners just to take them for that human trafficking organs to kill them. And that's why we have so much ravers that they now need to stage to pre-stage to look like they are from the opposite side, they're the victims from the opposite side. And seems like this truth that is bursting out is literally going to be finally the real information coming out. Whatever is holding, look at, there is a lot of people who are working hard to literally look at working hard to hold the real info, the real truth. But here with the Ace of Swords, we need that clarity. We need the full infos as well. We need to literally have that reality check that we were in denial, that in the past we were from the few brave men on the planet, we were served from these people. And I'm going to put really on the start, look at, I'm going to put this picture, and I hope it doesn't, should I put, what do you think, Church of America? Because these free people, they were serving us, they were the only brave humans, and we should be ashamed we were not brave in whatever country you live. Look at Julian Assange, and there is this German lady, um, Alina Lip, and there is this Laure Bonnel, French professor as well. They were all bringing the truth and why it was not delivered, why it was stopped, the chariot. We know some infos, but we are not taking the action. That's what it's the chariot. The chariot appears, okay, Church of America, your explanation, let me see. For me, chariot, I know the information, but I'm holding. I'm still cowed to do anything. So it's not taking an action. I'm in the car, but I'm not taking the action. I know that I'm BS. I have to change something. I have the infos. I have the information. I have the full picture, but I'm in denial of action. I'm still not driving. Chariot, when the chariot appears, Church of America just said, I had a dream that the chariot was caught out in a massive storm, getting a lot of insight from my intuition. That's great. That's great for you. Northern let us down and didn't pardon Julian Assange. What was his approach about Julian Assange? Repeat me. What was his approach? But I think it was done before. This Julian Assange thing was done before Donald Trump. Because somehow for me, I'm just not reading too much this news, but somehow for me, from all these statements, it seems like that's why he's on attack now, Donald Trump, big in his family, because he was the only talking about this demonistic thing that they were doing behind the scene. And that's my thing. I'm looking everything black and white and just recalling what they were doing, the opposite people, what they were doing, the human trafficking, why they were all the time going on and off, every, like for last 2 years 13 times to Ukraine. Why you would go? Like in some countries they don't go at all, like once in 50 years, correct? Why? Because there is that cash involved, material things. There is there is a reason why you're going so often there. A huge reason, material one, with a lot of zeros in the bank after returning back. That's what we have. And Donald Trump was talking about that. That's my impression. Sorry. That's my thing. And I think whoever is now on the TAC, remember, whoever is now on the TAC, literally, yes, he talked about this stuff in the public. He refuses. I must be that they really compromise him. Yes, when you're on the top, when you're a top figure, I'm thinking the same. It will happen now to this Italian lady. I do believe that it will happen now to Italian lady the same, guys. So that Italian just one day before just was election in Italy, guys. When you have this as a widow, just to mention the time frame. So Italy got the first woman premier. First of all, that's a funny one because it's a papa land. It's really one very traditional society. It's totally like society for me, Spain and Italy, it's totally like society of the medieval age darkness. No, seriously, I know very deep this both culture because I was I'm living in South Europe and I was both uh, once in a while I would go there to live 1 month to both of the countries, so I can address to this. And as well, there is so many people that they live in Athens or back in Belgrade that they are from this region. I'm serious, from Italy or from Spain. They just live and work there for like 10, 20 years. Yes, and really they're just into their things. So they're very traditional. They're so conservative in the dress code. Like you don't have like original American shirts or you don't have my whatever is my style. They just always have the same Spanish, Italian people. They just have that boarding Catholic church, boring like a business shirt, even for women and men, like from the college, like boarding school style. There is inside that light shirt, you know, like a men's shirt, and then there is always a pullover cardigan on the top. Like for women and the men and the young teenagers, like this is really sad when you have children. I have few friends that they have teenager daughters that they were at the age of my daughter, and my daughter has such a creativity like me, different styles. Like I bring her from Bangkok, the Japanese designers and this and that, and the street artist collection and the vintage collections from the American shops of vintage collection back in Bangkok. I brought the amazing things to my daughter back in Europe. While my friends, they will have that children dress the same like parents, and it's both sad. It's sad to see. It's sad to see adult person to see the watch adult person dressed like that. It's like stereotypes. It's like living in the box. And really, it's sad. Of course, it's for crying, not sad. To see the youngster is for crying. It's sad to see adult person. It's boring because they don't have opinion. That's the thing. Yes, and I'm happy because as well. I must say it's again. It's not major thing in the life of people. Like my my father is so into all this knowledge from all the subjects, some from all the books, and for tolerance for all the planets and for promoting the peace. But he's not into the fashion. Like I said, it's not a major thing in the life. But it's very sad when I see it, when I compare me and my daughter, and when it's literally my friend, like really I was dating, and was my Italian friend bringing his daughter, and like my daughter would mention like, what is this? Like, and I said, this is, and I always reflect, this is literally from the influences from eventually that's why I just call them, they can never run away from the papa land. Only when they are separated, divorced, they can have a little bit flirtiness, obsessiveness with this so-called intimacy experience, not to mention with street language, what is it, right? But they never go out from the Vatican, from the Papa land. I call it Papa land. That's why all this region I call it Papa land. And as well, what they destroyed, these Catholics from Italy and Spain with this intervention from Portuguese when was a colonial epoch, and later on the British and even the other, even if they were Protestants, but still I'm talking about invasion and colonialism. The Dutch, the British, whoever, French people as well, Belgium, they were so strict wherever, and they were brutal with the local people when they put them in the slavery wherever they arrived, and they brought just that sadness of that, trying to promote the Catholicism into this beautiful, amazing South America, and they were really the brutal one. I might just say this is my experience because in one previous life I was the Catholic priest, and this was not a nice experience. I'm just Catholic priest, not in Europe. I was a Catholic priest on the mission in South America. And when I arrived in this life in Argentina, I have recognized this. As well, I have on regression, I have been on doing the sessions of regression, going to the past lives few times. And one of them, I was a priest, I was a male, I was a priest, I was a Jesuit male, literally, really the strict one, monk stream that was coming back from the Catholics from Europe, but with the invaders from Europe called conquistadors. Literally, they just destroyed the local culture, the local religion, whatever were having the local people. They were not respectable. And the first time I arrived in Argentina. Oh my God, my experience. I'm full of the experience. I have to put this one. So I should address at least the time frame. So in that I arrived in Argentina, and directly from the airport we went the day after to one wedding of my friend, 800 kilometers to Cordoba. And in Cordoba was outside Cordoba, the oldest church in South America. I want to say South America, like they pronounce there. And that church was there, the frontier of sending and pushing like warriors, the religious monks through the tunnels to all the jungle area of South America, South America. So that was really scary as well. Being in that, arriving in that church, my friends by chance he took me, but nothing is by chance. I recognize my previous live session that I had some years before, like 5, 10 years before that I had my regression in previous lives session with my Kung Fu master when I was a pupil, a student of the Kung Fu. So, yes, I have it in a written form, what I was literally talking about, what I saw in my previous lives. And in that life, I was that Jesuit Catholic monks, I was there. And as well, I was not happy because the other monks were not doing the great things, and I was in that pure energy, and I felt trapped because I didn't like how the other monks they were treating the locals, and how they were as well into this lust, the the drink, the intimacy, the brutality, abusing the locals, everything I saw that is not proper to be for the monk. And I was not that type person. I was really like a ascetic monk there. But I didn't like, I really understood that we are doing the wrong thing. Not just their life of my colleagues. in a monastery, I just understood that we are doing the wrong thing being there, that we are hurting the local cultures. So it's a disaster situation. 1 second, guys, and this compare me again, compare me with this information. Wow, what a journey. Why did I went there? Everybody was having a second. My experience, past life experience. Let me write this. Not in meditation by myself. That's you need a free witness. First of all, my dear Church of America, I don't know what is your name. What is your real name? Can you tell me your name, please? Send me your name because I'm talking with you often about really nice things. I don't know your name. Please introduce. It's not that thing. You have to focus. First of all, you have to do not ever try alone. That's what I learned from my Kung Fu master. And one of my Kung Fu master was a doctor as well. So I was by chance, again, nothing is by chance, in a good hands. Nice to meet you, Jamie. Jamie. Oh my God, like a Jamie Oliver. James. Nice to meet you. So they say never do this alone, not even with the shrink, because they can abuse you, they can manipulate you if it's only one person in the room. And as well, you don't know to return yourself. Again, you are the only person. When you do by yourself, it's not good. It's not good when it's only one doctor as well doing to you as well. It needs to be free. It's the peaceful method, safe for the client, for the patient, right? That's try to do the regression, to have a free people in the room. So one is writing the thing. That was my friend. I bring a notebook and she was writing the things. I mean, at that period, like 20 years ago, like there was no like, what? Okay, she could take a recorder for like usually for writing the books for the journalist recorder, but no, she was. I bring her a notebook, so she was writing the things, and there was in a regression process two, not one shrink. There is this doctor of Kung Fu, and that she's official physiatric doctor, and this my master of Kung Fu, but they were doing this together. So they were together. So one of them who was doing this session with me, he has support of another one as well. I have the support of my friends. So it was really a cool idea, and that is called as well the method, like Jesus method. It's really a peaceful method because they just. But before that, you have introduction that you could really through the kung fu. The years before, you were doing this mastering of flowing the energy out and inside and out of you. You've already practiced playing with your energy, right? With the key. That's another thing. You need to practice. If you are not into Kung Fu, and I brought my one of my friends, for example, to have that thing, that she has to have 1 month lesson with them, how to practice going out and inside. And that stream with the key would later be used like your energy, your spirit going as well into these stories out of this life and returning back to you again and then going again in another story. So you never know where it will take you, but you have to return as well. That's the danger, because you can just stay floating somewhere in the air and never return back. So do not do ever again, James, along this. And as well, not even with the shrink. Like, listen to me. You have to practice well with the person that is with that is professional doing this, literally at the person that is into the key energy, like Kung Fu Master or somebody else who is doing into this, managing the key that is that crucial energy that everybody has inside. And It takes a while to practice this, and then as well, when you do this, you have to, like I said, the best you have these three people, three different people with you. Two, that there is doctor has support of one extra doctor for emergency, and then one of your friends, your personal support. Like, it's the best ever solution. So that method, like I said, they told me it's called like a Jesus method. As well, when they do me the hypnose, they don't do hypnose. They just massage all my joints. Yes, that's what they call it, the Jesus method. It's not aggressive like hypnose, and then you're like a puppet. You're manipulated. No, you're totally aware with this massaging the joints. You're totally aware that you are still in the room as well. I remember whatever I was describing as well. I was questioning this. Oh, is this really happening to me? No, really, I was, everything was written. I just remember that I was aware as well that I'm in the room, but as well, my spirit was as well having these visits. Yes, I was on the both places at the same time. That was really, really, that was a nice experience. I had it few times in different countries as well, guys. I'm just going to tell that as well. I didn't visit in the life. I didn't influence this, if you ask me, because I didn't visit some as a historian. I wanted to visit some specific epochas, but I didn't visit everything. So some countries that I would like to revisit, or some period historical that I would like to revisit. I mean, I was not even thinking, but I think I was thinking of one that I didn't visit. And so I still need to to explore more. But again, I was into the healing later on, other things, having a new knowledges in medicine and healing. So I didn't go back to this. So, like, but this would be always not nice to have a new experience. I do believe yes, but again, never do it again. Yes, but this is a astral. Of course, it's a astral journey. Whatever I was experiencing, but I'm just telling you, never do this alone, because there is no push a person that can control you to return back as well, because as well you hear the voices of them and they're telling you as well to return, try again, go back to this room, go back to your home, go back in front of your building. I didn't have a house at that period, I was in an apartment. They say try again, and first time I couldn't even go out, like I was still like, go out of your apartment, go out of the door, go up in the air. Like I go up in the air and I return back on the exit, on the door, on the gate of my building. It was very fun. And I then went the second time. That was my first time experience. And then I go and I went into the story. Then I was flying. So I'm just telling you that there are just, you need the support of just not one person. Always choose to have two people. Like I said, this Jesus method that they recommend, three people in the room has to be. So that was a great one as well, that method, because you're aware of what the people, and I don't see when talking with you, but I don't see you in the system. That's very weird from YouTube. So I guess there is always people watching. So some people we don't see. It was zero people, but you were writing all the time. That was really fun. Now I see. Okay, I don't see. First time you tied to the rock, and every time I would return to the rock. But never do it alone. I'm just telling you. Never do it alone. And never with one person. Because again, you never know what you are going to do. And they can ask you certain to go here to specific period. They can push you with their own questions. Because this was no questions. These people were like, I was all the time talking and describing them. So if I just tell them I had a problem first time, so I'm still going down, and what I said, like I'm still back on my address, my gate. They say try again. They just like coach, they just a little bit they push you. They do not. disturb you. They are not GPS. They are just, like I said, like a coach. They just see if you make the wrong move just a little bit. They just a little bit control you to return we are on the right path, but not to manipulate you, because that's what the official medicine doctor are doing. You remember, like Freud, what was doing for the hypnosis? Hypnosis is the most dangerous. Official medicine to shrink, they do the deja vu reincarnation with hypnosis, and they are, many of the doctors are literally sexually abusing, or their own fantasies. They're asking the questions of their own personal sick mind, their own personal sick or perverse fantasy. They're putting these questions into the interview, and they're pushing you to think this is happening to you. So it's that's called manipulation. So again, let me put the glasses because my eyes they get tired. That's my feeling. That's my personal opinion. I really don't like astral projection alone. Sorry guys, I don't like. And it's always for me very sorry. That's for me always. I'm just saying I went into this more peaceful method with this. At least I was lucky with my kung fu masters, because at the same time they were as well not just into the kung fu, they were as well into, one was like I said in the medicine and feng shui, and another was in the ecology of the living as well, ecology of the living space, I do believe, yes, and engineer in the real life. They have multiplied professions, and they were really, I don't have a bad comments because I'm very picky. I don't have a comments about my masters. Comparing with the later on stories from my friends, the shrinks, because I finish in one of my hobbies, I finish it as well with the web therapy. And I have many colleagues while I was professor, the colleagues there were professors of the psychology, and there as well the shrinks, some of my friends, and they always said, that it can be manipulated. And as well, some people they ask me to do hypnosis, but they just never return. They're just in the coma, then they're like a vegetable. Back in the room, they stay at home, but they are just the bodies there. The spirit cannot return. Because the why? Because the shrink is not experienced to do that thing. As well, the personal person, as well, when you do it alone, like I said, the astral projection can be very dangerous because you can pick up as well some demonistic energy and return back with you don't know what. So 1 second, I'm going to leave this. Is it nice this the time frame? Look it. It's not bad. Collective effect. And the second with my past life thing, because what's happening? Look it, I don't see. It's dark. Why is dark? Very strange. Okay, it was gray. First time in life. First was empty, like a space for description. And then for a second time, then it was gray. I hope this will work. The closest to Earth, the one. Earth is. So now it saves. Now you can see. So what did you say? You can't astral project. I prefer lucid dreaming where I can interact with the subconscious. That's nice, and you have more experience with the lucid dream. Guys, never forget again to check out the all playlist, Top the War, and 1111 messages, angel guidance. It's always a timeless. It's always a great time to have a cup of tea and just listen to the playlist Stop the War or 1111 messages that is angelic guidance as well. Just do check out the book and thank you in advance. Don't forget to hit the like, share with your community as well. If you're new here, if you like the material, don't forget to subscribe. Again, like, but subscribe and put alarm bell to join the live stream. Once or two times per day, we have a live stream. Apologies today, I didn't have a second live stream. The first one, pardon, it was really a hard time for me with my issue, you know what. So it's a hurricane, it's a tropical rain, it's disaster for my shoulder. So I said it's really a painful even now. And I thought I will be short, but okay. Thank you, James, that you were with me. I forgot my shoulder pain when I start to read the comments of you. Seriously. Again, guys, I owe you the second live stream with the lucky numbers. Yes. I'm going to do this early thing in the morning, right? The lucky numbers. As well the Twinflame. Lovers messages with the pick cards. So we have a time during the week. We are going to manage. And if some of you want to have preferred to have just a private reading, of course, there is a long list of the possible private readings. You can follow the PayPal link or super chat. But in the live stream is on total discount, but you can follow for the private reading. There is a price list of, again, modest, medium price range comparing with other tarot readers. Just as a part of you joining my fundraising for my Good Karma project back in Asia. James said, thank you for all your insights as usual. I really listen to what you say. Thank you. And I hope these blockages of my information will be removed. I'm serious. And as well, I hope that the blockages of all the information of all the people that they're here to tell the good people, the few good people left on the planet Earth, that they have a managed message of their personal concern for you, for the humanity, that these messages blockages will be resolved, removed, and the message will reach out everybody's ears and everybody's hearts. That's what the Jupiter should solve, should be that Deus ex machina, the God in the box, the God is solution. At the end of this warrior state with everybody, with the neighbors, with the colleagues, with the country across side, with the warrior across of you as well, with the warrior and darkness inside of you. So be strong and let the club of the love and power of the love and the club of the angels reveal all the truth and win against that darkness and evil. Peace and love and pray, guys. Like I said, I'm asking you to pray. The last thing you do before you sleep and when you wake, and the first thing, please address to the universe for peace. That's what we all need and desire. Kisses to all. Peace and love.